Hello. So I am calling all kingdom women, all kingdom-minded women who are wellness enthusiasts, who are, looking for modern, holistic, natural wellness and are ready to break out of religiosity and really begin to operate from our position in God's kingdom as kingdom ambassadors, as kingdom impactors, and as kingdom forces on the earth. So if that's you, if you are a kingdom-minded woman and you want to advance and become fully who you're meant to be, then you found the right place. I'm going to give a little bit of time to find people so people can join. I've never gone, this is my first time to go live on YouTube. So we'll see. What's this? Hi, Aubrey. This is, oh, hello. Thank you. Well, I'm kind of here to, oh, you're here for therapy. Well, I'm here to kind of talk about stuff like that. I'm here on a serious note, and I want to, I want to focus on the topic of strength and courage, and because those are the opposite of fear and discouragement. And fear and discouragement are the two emotional states that paralyze us and hold us back and prevent us from really fulfilling our full potential and highest calling. And it turns out that those are the two instructions, or I'll say commands, that God gave in the Bible. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Because those two, fear and discouragement, actually affect your nervous system. They actually cause your cells to contract and to go into protection mode. And it actually separates you. Fear separates you, and discouragement, from your inner courage, from actually using your inner courage. So I want to share a little bit about how to move beyond the paralysis of fear and tap into the divine courage that already exists within you. Yes, I agree. I agree with that name, and I've been looking into that as well. I'm not even using the name Jesus anymore. But I agree, Yahuwah. I've heard so many names, Yeshua, Yahuwah. But yes, I agree with you, Sydney. We are actually created and wired with this courage within us. Every human being has it because we are made in the image of God. And God doesn't have fear. He's full of courage and so much strength. And so he created us with his nature. So we already have this strength and courage embedded into our being. It's part of who we are. And he actually embeds the strength and courage that we need, that's necessary to fulfill our highest calling and purpose. Because guess what? In order to get there, in order to get to the point where we're operating in our fullest potential and we are, walking in our highest calling, it's going to require a lot of strength and a lot of courage, because there are going to be things along the way. There are going to be, evil enemies and evil forces that try to discourage us. There are going to be people in our way that put doubt and cause us to think less of ourselves. There's going to be situations and circumstances that want to make us give up and lose our hope and retreat. But that's not who we are, because it's in our makeup, it's in our design to take bold, courageous steps towards the fulfillment of our calling and to become fully who God designed us to be. And yes, Yahuwah, Christ, Yeshua, that even makes us even more powerful, because we have this, we're not alone. We're not just operating on purely on our human strength and courage. We have that already, and it's really, really amazing. But we have Christ, we have that power, we have the Holy Spirit, we have Yahweh, we have the Creator God in us that we are in union with, backing us up along the way. So we truly are, we are so much more powerful than we realize. We have so much more available to us. We have so much more in us, and we've only been scraping the surface. We've only been operating in just a finite capacity compared to what we really could be functioning in. But have you ever noticed that just when you're about to experience a breakthrough in your life, or you're about to go through an upgrade, something happens that makes you want to pull back or hold back or back down or give up? That's not a coincidence. It's actually part of the human experience. And today, I just want to share a little bit about that and help you recognize these moments so that you can push through them and activate the divine courage that you already have within you, and really start to operate with that divine courage that you already have in union with God, where you're experiencing Him. And I want to, it's spelled out very clear in the Bible, Joshua 1:9. It says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And this verse isn't just a suggestion, it's a command. And it reveals a profound truth about our spiritual and physical design. Because God doesn't merely ask us to be courageous, He's commanding it. And it's a command is just a more intense instruction, because He knows what's at stake if we give in to fear. If we give into the fear that we feel when we're pressing forward and we're about to make a breakthrough, we're about to make a huge advancement, and we're about to upgrade, when we feel that fear, He knows what's at stake if we give into it, because fear causes paralysis. It paralyzes us. So there's something that's called the eject button. It's a little phenomenon. And your subconscious mind operates out of protection. It's actually designed. Your mind is designed to protect you and to keep you out of harm's way, which is necessary. It's a brilliant mechanism that we have, that God created us with. But when you're right at the brink of a breakthrough, an upgrade or a major victory, your mind will often hit what is called the eject button, just like a fighter pilot that's trying to escape a dangerous situation, and they hit the eject and they eject themselves out of the plane. When you're on the verge of a breakthrough or a major victory or an advancement, you feel it's uncomfortable, and your mind begins to feel that discomfort, and it's actually trying to protect you, but it will try to stop you before you reach that breakthrough, and it'll try to eject you. And it's just something that is part of transforming your mind and building that mental muscle to push through when you feel that fear, when you feel that intimidation, when you want to hit the eject. So fear can actually be a signal. It can actually be a growth signal that you're on the verge of something really, really good. And so instead of giving into the fear and allowing it to paralyze you or to eject you from the situation, you can take that fear as an indicator. Oh, this is the time to press forward, to move forward, to take a step, because there's something ahead that's going to be very good for me, and this is my growth signal. And so when you think about that, fear, the feeling of fear is actually a signal that you're exactly where you need to be. So it takes a lot of, I guess, conscious effort to be able to control that fear response when you feel that intimidation, fear, or discomfort, to control that and not give into it, but to use it as a signal that you're exactly where you need to be and it's time to move. It's go time. It's go time. Right when you're about to possess your promised inheritance, just like that verse. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. The Lord your God is with you. So that means if you're on the verge of possessing your promises, your promised inheritance for your life, your birthright, your purpose for being born, and you're about to take hold of that and begin to establish it in your life, you know, God is with you. Not only did he already embed the strength and the courage and all of the tools and all of the necessary things that you would need to be successful in doing that, but he's also right there. He's in you. He's one with you. He is with you, backing you up and sharing all of his power and authority and wisdom and courage and strength as well. So you have more than enough. You have so much more than you need to be successful in taking these steps, even when you feel afraid. So stepping into your highest calling and purpose requires bold, courageous steps beyond what you think you can do. That's what it's going to take. If we're always playing it safe and staying in our comfort zone and staying in the familiar, that's where we're going to stay. But to step into your highest calling and purposes, it's going to require that you move out of your comfort zone, that you face any fears or doubts that you have, and you move beyond them. And so everybody has fears, everybody has doubts, especially when you're moving into unknown territory and, you know, you have past memories come up and you're like, oh gosh, you know, I don't know if I can do this. I don't think I have what it takes. I don't know if I'm good enough. So not only do you have, everybody has those kind of self-doubts that come up naturally, but then you've got enemies. You've got spiritual enemies in your territory that are going to be mocking you or putting you down or reminding you of things in your life that you've done before that failed or that were stupid or that didn't go well or that were mistakes. And then you also have kind of records playing in your mind from parents, from people in your life that put you down or didn't believe in you. So all of these things are going on, and right when you're about to step forward. And so these can be crucial times. But this is what I want to share with you. And this is, I don't know if you've even heard about this piece, but there's actually a frequency battle going on. So not only is it a spiritual battle, a mental battle, but there's also a frequency battle going on at the same time, because everything is energy. Everything in this physical world has its own vibrational frequency. Emotions have frequency. So fear has a particular frequency, and so does courage. And so I want to just share a little bit about the science of emotional frequencies. Fear and discouragement are emotional states. They're emotions, and they operate at the lower vibrational frequency range. So all of the common human emotions have already been measured, and they're measured in hertz, like a sound wave. And so when you so emotions give off kind of a sound wave. We don't hear them with our ears, but they are frequencies, so sound waves that your brain hears. So your brain is hearing the sound, the communication. So your mind is communicating by frequency to your brain and to your nervous system. And anything under 200 hertz is considered a low vibrational frequency. And those low vibrational frequencies are harmful and destructive if we hold on to those for long periods of time. Like, there's nothing wrong with feeling fear. Everybody feels fear. It's a common human experience. But we don't want to take that on and embody it and carry the fear around with us. That's when it becomes destructive and paralyzing. And so here's a little bit about the science. When you experience fear, your nervous system triggers the fight or flight response, and it releases the stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, there's a few more. And this creates muscle tension, elevated heart rate, and shallow breathing. And it creates a physiological state of contraction and defense. All your cells close and contract. Your body goes on the defense, and all of those self-protective mechanisms get triggered. And we need those self-protection mechanisms when there's a real threat and there's a real danger to you. You need those to keep you alive and to keep you out of harm's way. But in this instance, when fear can paralyze you and keep you from advancing and taking steps towards your highest calling and purpose, hello, Mateo, then we don't need those protection mechanisms turned on. So in contrast to fear, courage vibrates at higher frequencies and actually expands your energy field. So when you have an expanded energy field, you are radiating and emitting a stronger vibrational frequency. And that's going to give you the strength that you need, because it takes a lot of strength to step out into something that you don't know how it's going to work out, that you don't know if you're going to succeed or not, thank you, Mateo. It takes a lot of strength to do that. And so courage, since it expands your energy field and strengthens your energy field, it actually increases your mental, physical, and spiritual strength to do what you need to do. When you choose courage over fear, your body releases beneficial neurochemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and GABA. And those are all the feel-good chemicals that actually calm your nervous system, and they promote feelings of confidence and capability. So you already have the capability to reach your fullest possible human potential and to operate in your highest calling and purpose. You already have the capability. It's already wired into you. But when you go into fear and you get paralyzed by fear and you shift into that alternate state that the fear response moves you into, then that your true capabilities are kind of locked up. And so you want that courage actually unlocks your true capabilities so they can come out of you and you experience the confidence in place of doubt, self-doubt. So courage unlocks divine strength within you, creating a clear channel, okay? Because when you're in tune, when you're operating with your human strength that's already embedded into your design, because God designed every human with an incredible amount of strength. And that strength typically comes out under pressure situations when you need them. You know, the Incredibles, with the superhero animated movie, one of the best scenes is when the daughter, she has a force field, and she's able to activate a force field, but she doesn't know she has this superpower. So she has no idea. She's a teenager, and she doesn't know she can do it until she needs to, until she's about to die with her mom in a plane, and then all of a sudden it comes out of her. So it's the same thing. When we're under pressure situations, our true strength and capabilities come out. And so we need our unique strength that we already have open, and when it's open, we create a clear channel for God's power to also flow through you. So you've got your own strength superimposed and coupled with God's power and strength flowing through your being, while you're synchronized with your own strength, and you're merging your human capacity, which in and of itself is so amazing. You're merging that with divine assistance. And so we could be unstoppable, you all. And I'm not saying I'm there yet. I'm speaking to myself too. We are unstoppable when we're operating in this way. And so this powerful partnership strengthens you spiritually, mentally, and physically, while also giving you a new perspective on challenges. Rather than being overwhelmed by circumstances, we can gain clarity and resilience, and we are more capable of navigating difficult terrain with confidence instead of retreating in fear. So let me give you a couple of things you can do if you are someone who feels like you know that you're capable of more, you know that you have more in your heart to be and to do, and there's been an inner fear or discouragement or doubt holding you back from that. So first thing is, acknowledging what your fears are. You want to acknowledge the fear, because when you acknowledge it, it brings it into the light, and then you can respond to it instead of being controlled by it. So acknowledging your fear, choosing to stand firm in your faith despite uncertainty. Even if you don't know how it's going to work out and what's going to happen, you stand firm in faith regardless. Drawing on your inner resources when facing these challenges. So you have God with you and in you. Number one, that's your greatest inner resource, but you also have the unique gifts and talents and wisdoms and characteristics and traits and unique strengths and unique capabilities and capacities that make you who you are. And those are already, again, encoded into who you are. It's already there. And so you can learn to draw on those and to trust it, because you have what it takes. You already have it. It's already there. Choosing to believe in the divine support that you have, even when you can't see it. We don't always see right away what God's doing, and we don't always notice. We're not always aware of him there, but choosing to believe that we have that divine support, even when we don't see it and feel it. Just choosing to believe that it's there. And making decisions from a place of trust rather than anxiety. Remembering our inherent resilience as spiritual beings. Your spirit being, your innermost being, which is your spirit, is so resilient. Your spirit knows exactly what you need to do, when you need to do it. Your spirit is always connected to God. There's nothing that can separate you from God, because it's a spiritual connection. So our spiritual being is always connected to God 100%. It doesn't matter if you're on your best day or on your good day. It doesn't matter. That spiritual connection never changes. It's always solid. It's always sure. It's always reliable. So everything that God has in his heart, in his mind, for you, all of the strength, all of the courage, all of his love, all of his, everything that he has, he is sharing with you and giving to you on a continual basis all the time. We're just not always aware of it in our minds. And then, instead of judging yourself for having a fear, you don't need to judge yourself or be critical. You can just observe the fear and then allow for grace to transform your weakness, because we all have weaknesses. Again, it's a part of being human, but God's grace comes into that weakness and transforms it so much, because his grace is sufficient for our weaknesses. So that means even in weak areas that we think we have, and usually we remember the weak areas more than we remember the strong areas, especially when we're in a scary situation or in an intimidating situation. But allowing for God's grace to move into that weakness and transform it to such a degree that that weak area actually is now your greatest strength. Think about that. That's what is possible for us. So, what you can do today is, I'll give you some journal prompts. You can, if you have a journal or just anything to write on, you can write down what is something that you feel like you're being directed towards, whether it can be a job, it can be a ministry, it can be a relationship, it can be just an upgrade in your life that you feel like it's there. It's something that you can feel, it's something that you desire, and you can just kind of sense and tell that it's for you, but there's something holding you back. That's the fear. So try to identify what the fear is. Is it fear of what people think? Is it fear of failing? Is it fear of not being good enough? Is it a fear of disappointing people? Is it a fear of your past, coming in and messing it up? It could be anything, but write down what the fear is. And then, it's there right in front of you. And then you can take, this is what I'm going to show you a technique. This might seem really, really weird to you, but it actually works. I don't know if you've heard of EFT, emotional freedom technique. It's pretty popular right now. And I didn't come up with this. I learned this from my daughter, who worked for a chiropractor for a while. And this is a tapping technique that he came up with. So when you tap on certain pressure points on your body, you actually reset mental patterns in the brain. So when you've identified the fear, because when there's a fear there's usually some negative beliefs associated with it, and those beliefs are going to come up with that fear, like, oh, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that, you're not smart enough, you're not, whatever it may be. Maybe it's beliefs that you could never do anything very impactful, or beliefs that were ingrained in you as a kid, that you don't have what it takes, or you're going to mess it up, or you're going to fail, or it's going to be too hard, or it's going to mess up, interfere with your time, any of those beliefs. And this is what you're going to do. So you're going to put your fingertips right here. This is a pathway that your thoughts and emotions travel to your nervous system. And you're going to pull it apart like a curtain. So you're going to pull it apart right here to the side of your forehead, not necessarily your temple, but just to the side. You can't really mess it up. And then you're going to tap 50 times. Not too hard. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so that actually resets those thought patterns and helps you kind of regain control over your thoughts and your mind again. And then the next thing that you can do is, after you've identified the fear, you've done the tapping exercise, you can take some deep breaths, and you place your hand on your heart, and this is going to bring your brain and your heart into a state of coherence. And you're going to take 3 deep breaths. Take another one, and focus on your heart when you do it. One more. And I'm not going to go into all the science of that right now, but it actually scientifically, physiologically brings your brain and heart into harmony and synchronicity. And so that your heart and your brain are working together. And then you can start saying these declarations about about who you are. And you can say this every day. You can either say it in the morning when you wake up, or right before you go to bed, or you can do both. I am strong and courageous. I am not afraid. I am not discouraged. And I know and I trust that God is with me wherever I go, whatever situation and circumstance I face, and whatever person or people that I encounter, that God is with me and I am safe. So you can say that to yourself as an affirmation, as a declaration, and that calms your nervous system, and it starts to retrain your mind to take on the truth of who you are as such an amazingly strong and powerful child of God that's created with so much strength that you haven't even tapped into yet, that it's part of who you are. So you're training your mind to take that on and to embody that truth, so that you can show up in your life fully as yourself, fully as the embodiment of Christ in you, of God's presence in you and with you, and take the territory that is designated for you, the territory of your destiny, of your calling, of your purpose. So you can take that territory and establish your authority in it and begin to impact the world and begin to contribute to the world fully what's in you, what you have to contribute, and do it with God with you, showing up with you all along the way. So thank you, Mateo. You lasted through the whole thing. Thanks for your comments and encouragement, and hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you next time. Thank you.